Today we are checking out the song Adrenaline by ATEEZ. Feel free to check out my previous ATEEZ content in the playlist down below. Let's get right into it. I'm ready go 파밍은 최고지 한번 들면 양 straight no therapy 제로 백박 차고 나와 get a Z 우린 존재 자체로 인증 guarantee 안 떨어져 gauge full 충전 max hardcore 여기 방식 no limit no gimme go get it all out of control 나 미쳐가는 speakers going crazy out of control you better blow you better tighten up on 몸을 적신 I can feel it go, flushing through my veins. She don't go to my right out again. I can feel it go, running through my face. Buzzing on my neck, pumping adrenaline. I can feel it go, flushing through my veins. She don't go to my right out again. I can feel it go, running through my veins. Buzzing on my neck, pumping adrenaline. Let's go. Okay, I'm really enjoying this song for the most part. I really like how it develops. We start off like this. A simple dissonant synth riff with great rapping on top. Then the rapping slowly gives way to some melodic lines. And we have some additional hi-hat in the production to enhance the groove, really makes it feel like we're moving forward. And this guy's beautiful voice is a different melodic line, but it's a nice contrast to the highly auto-tuned previous verse. Of course, this auto-tune here is there as a stylistic choice. Very highly tuned. This guy, the production on his voice is a little more natural. It's not as intentionally tuned and processed the way the previous line was. So there's a nice contrast between those two parts. And what a lovely melodic line that is, going from one end of the octave to the other, I think. And we have a very tense stoppage here. Obviously, we're building up to something big. This part's sung quite low, baritone style. And this part is very cool. It's the same baritone line, but sung in the higher octave with more power, more brightness. I believe this is San singing this part. Love his delivery here. Really delivering the power in his facial expression too. So if you're new to my channel, I'm always honest about what I don't like about songs when I check them out, or what I think could be improved. This song is a case of where I have a little bit of a critical comment. The chorus is underwhelming to me. It's in the style of a drop. This is a very popular style in pop music, certainly K-pop music, in the past few years, where the majority of the song will be in a melodic style, and then when the drop comes, it's a very bass heavy moment. Most of the melody drops out in favor of this synth riff repeated. This kind of thing was fun for a while, but I do think it's a little played out and tired now, at least from my ears. Of course, there's lots of fans and music lovers who might still enjoy a good drop. I like a good drop too, but I was really gearing up for a far more majestic and explosive song chorus. Maybe that's just me being old-fashioned, because I'm a fan of second generation, third generation, where the choruses were very big, full of harmonies, very glorious. As time passed, that style went away in favor of these drops, which to me are kind of gimmicky and unsatisfying. But that's just my taste. Let's continue the song and maybe it will pleasantly surprise me in some other way.
Why you tryna be alone? I know you want it. 조명 사이로 보이는 너의 눈빛. 감당할 수 없이 흔들리는 네.
I'm hearing so many beautiful vocal qualities in every member, so I'm glad that we are getting a lot of melodic vocals here to showcase their skills. Why not contribute that talent to the chorus also? Why should the chorus only prioritize mainly the production? I get that there's a focus on the choreography in the chorus too, and I guess that's commonly understood as an attempt to make the dance go viral in particular, perhaps on social media. It's a shame because their voices are the strongest part of the music to me, as evidenced by this second verse.
Why you tryna be alone? I know you want it. 조명 사이로 보이는 너의 눈빛.
Lovely voice. This is the kind of drop that I can get down with. Because his voice, again, is the focus.
I can feel it go, flashing through my veins. She don't go to my right out again. I can feel it go, running through my veins. Buzzing on my neck, pumping adrenaline. I can feel it go, flashing through my veins. She don't go to my right out again. I can feel it go, running through my veins. Buzzing on my neck, pumping adrenaline. Let's go!
Yeah, like, the build-up is so huge, so tense. I really feel like we're in for something outstanding and explosive. You know, as critical as I'm sounding, I'm really enjoying most of this song. I'd say 80% of this song I'm enjoying. It's really just the chorus that falls flat for me. It's like, that's what we get? It does come down to me just wanting to hear more of their voices, to be honest. Like, this vocal delivery is so good. Very pretty bridge. What I like about this final chorus, this final drop at least, is that there is some added texture in the synth production here to make it feel like a separate event, a climactic event. There's that little da-da-da-da-da-da-da added to this chorus. I think it's in triplets, has that staggered feeling, right? So that is a cool touch. I really do find this bridge to be quite pretty. Nice chord progression, nice vocal melodies. They seem to mix different levels of use of autotune. Like, some lines will be very heavily auto-tuned and some lines will sound a little bit more natural. Let's listen to this bridge again. Like, that's piercing robotic autotune. Stylistic choice, of course, I assume. But then the next line to me sounds a little more natural. Only just barely, I guess. Once again, very heavily tuned. And that last guy sounded far more natural than the previous 3 lines. Do certain vocalists prefer that effect on their voice more than others? I mean, I doubt it's to do with vocal skill, because you can apply pitch correction in a studio recording and actually make it sound very seamless, like you would never notice it. The autotune is applied so heavily here, it's clearly an intentional choice. I've never been a big fan of that because it sort of distorts the natural quality of their voices. Thankfully, some of the lines I can still make out their natural quality, but I'll always complain about that when I hear it, even though at this point I do feel like I'm yelling at the clouds, since it is such a prevalent thing in modern K-pop. Hopefully soon we'll get some production that really does justice to their natural tones. And I do like how we had some melodic lines at last over the chorus. The final chorus, the 4th chorus, I guess you could call it. Very quick melodic lines, but nice touch. Scary. I always love hearing them sing, the sound of their voices. I don't find this song to be anything particularly interesting or new for them. I associate them with rather hard, aggressive, heavy K-pop, and in that sense it delivered. But I think that some of the songs on their previous album, or one of their previous albums, it was called Ashes to Light, there were a few songs on there that felt like more of a mature, natural progression in their sound. This song, honestly, to me, sounds like a bit of a regression in their sound. If not a regression, then just a case of their sound remaining static. This is something that I assume most fans will not have a problem with. This band blew up for this particular sound. They're sticking to it. It's got 41 million views already in 3 weeks. Who am I? I'm only speaking from my own personal taste and my own hopes for this group. And I think it is because I do enjoy so much of this song that the parts that I don't enjoy frustrate me a little more, because I see the potential for such a banger in this track. But they have defaulted to that very tried and true and tired drop style that I'm rather sick of hearing in K-pop and indeed Western pop too. They look amazing. I thought the music video was pretty cool, decent art direction. I thought the choreography was fine. I'm not a choreographer. I'm a little out of my depth when it comes to speaking on choreo, but for some reason this choreography looks a little stiff to me. It doesn't feel natural. I get that it's a really highly electronic, highly processed sound, and perhaps the choreography is trying to mimic like a sort of robotic stiffness. But for my own taste, I don't think the choreography itself is well thought out, though their execution of it, as far as I can tell, can't be faulted. And it really is such a personal thing, right? When I think of good choreo, or when I witness good choreo, immediately I feel in my heart that I want to like mimic it, or I want to learn it. That is not the case with this song, unfortunately, which makes it even more frustrating, because the whole point of a drop is to focus on the choreo. So if the choreo doesn't hit for me, it's like, maybe next time. But I would like to finish on a more positive note, which is that generally, I really enjoy this group. I really enjoy their music. You can check out my previous content that I've done on them if you don't believe me. So maybe this song just wasn't particularly my thing. I would love to know your thoughts. If you don't know me, my name is Oha Cade. I'm the composer for the symphonic metal project Falcata. We recently put out a new song called Metallic Us. The link is down below. I'd love to hear what you think. I am on Patreon if you'd like your own reaction requests, early access, and polls. And there is also a link down below if you'd like to order an album reaction. And you can also find a link to my full reaction database spreadsheet if you're curious about all of the other music I've covered on the channel. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Thanks so much and take care.